Hey, line's going a little slow. Tap the guy in front of me. Sir, isn't that General Eisenhower over there? The line just got shorter. Guy in front of him. Sir, I need you to listen to me carefully. Your wife called. You forgot your car keys. Drive home and get them. 2 Boston creams, please, and a caramel macchiato. That line went pretty quick. That's great. But, Tom took to the Villages right away. One thing he always says is, it's great. Good Tom talks. It's great. You get to meet new people every day. Yeah, I guess that's one good thing about early dementia, huh? In your 60s, things shift around a little bit. I don't know how else to put it. Around. Not just body parts, my contact list. I'm slowly losing all my contacts, all my work contacts, my friends dying, wherever they're going, and drop them by the wayside. One keeps growing, though, and that's the Ds. Get more and more D contacts. Dr. Reddy, Dr. Schwartz, Dr. Scholes. Speaking of Dr. Schwartz, that's our GI doctor, me and Tom. We have the same GI doctor. We got the same colonoscopy on the same day, actually.
Wow.
Schwartz, we'd celebrate afterward, go, oh man, we got to fast, all that. We'll meet at the bar afterward, get some drinks. And, I showed up in the bar stool, and then Tom comes in, and he's dragging us in there. Oh man, that was uncomfortable. What are you talking about? He put me under. I didn't feel a thing. I was like, oh, no. So, Dr. Schwartz, where did he see you? At the Brownwood office? Tom goes, no, he saw me in the home office. I know there's bad taste in that joke, so to speak, but you can't come to a 60-year-old birthday party and not expect a colonoscopy check. It's on you. But things are a little different here in the Villages. Things are a little different. I saw a cute older couple the other day, and a lady and a man, and I'm like, oh man, is this your husband? She goes, no, friends with benefits. Wow, really? You call him up, and the guy comes over, and no, she said, he's got long-term health care insurance. A lot of retirees here, used to have a thriving career doing something. And, and they still apply from time to time. I was on the golf course the other day, and 2 ladies behind me, they shanked one, horrible, went way over, hit a group of men. One of the guys doubles over in pain, he's holding himself. He's rolling around. So the lady goes running over. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, sir, sorry. I used to be a nurse. Here, let me massage the affected area and keep the swelling down. So, pulls the pants down, and starts massaging them, and all this. She goes, how do you feel? And the guy goes, great, but my thumb still hurts. So Tom and Jenny, they're a great couple. They're a mixed marriage, and they're mixed marriage. Jenny's an old line Boston girl, and Tom's an Irish Catholic. And that, Jenny, I admire your courage. I'm a Catholic school product, if you couldn't tell. And, it's a tough crowd to break into. I remember a nun in Parbeck's elementary school. I remember, she goes, class, what would you like to be when you get older? This kid raises his hand, and she goes, Patrick, I'd like to be a policeman. Very good. Another kid, Kevin, I'd like to be a fireman. She goes, oh, wonderful. This girl raises her hand. Desiree? She goes, I'd like to be a prostitute. The nun says, what? What did you say? She goes, I'd like to be a prostitute. The nun goes, oh, thank God. I thought you said I want to be a Protestant. Now, speaking of mixed marriages, I heard somebody here married a Greek. Who's that? Hi. What were you thinking, man? Is that what the mustache is all about? Are you trying to fool them? Not working, man. We got facial hair down, and body hair and all that. And the men, too. We were all right, man. Sorry. We might be cousins. We both go back to Greek families in Springfield. I hate that big a town. So we'll have to discuss that later. Anyway, Greeks are very proud. We're fun people. They say the only boring Greek who ever lived was Mike Dukakis, and you know, fun-loving people, and it's probably never dull, probably having a great time. And we're very proud of the ancient heritage. And remember, I was talking to an Italian guy one time. Any Italians here? Okay. All right. So I was talking to an Italian guy. I said, you know, Greeks, you know, we go way back. We invented geometry. We built the Parthenon. The Italian guy said to me, yeah, well, the Romans thought of applying it to more practical things like aqueducts and highways and the Colosseum. Yeah, you got me there. That's true. So we Greeks invented democracy. You know, Athenian democracy, one man, one vote. All that. Yeah, well, we Romans had an empire, and we had the Senate, and we had Roman citizenship throughout the empire. That was pretty good. We Greeks invented sex. He said, yeah, but we thought of applying it to women. Greeks are fun-loving people, you know. We have a lot in common with the Irish. That's probably another reason we get along so good. You know, we're sort of the Irish of the Mediterranean. You know, we like to drink, we like to dance, you know, like to sing. They're a lot of fun. And you know, I'm gonna tie this in. Okay, sorry. This is pretty awkward. All right. So we do like to drink. We Greeks, and you know, I came home one night drunk as usual, and. My wife, my wonderful wife, had surprised me. She had the entire family there in a circle, not unlike this, the in-laws, the cousins, everything. You know, and said, okay, we need to discuss the elephant in the room. So I pointed to my mother-in-law and said, yeah, what about it? Everybody gets it here. Who hasn't been offended yet? So, yeah, I'm convinced, there's a lot of UFO sightings and that sort of thing. I bet these guys are drunks who are seeing these things too. You know, you ever see a UFO? You, Tom? You must have seen a few. Yeah, but I saw a flying saucer once. But I was sober. I was stone cold sober. It was over the breakfast table. I made the mistake of telling my wife, hey, it looks like you put on a few pounds. The saucer came out from under the coffee cup. Oh my God, I almost took my head off. It's good. All right. So you guys like football, right? Or you used to, huh? You're all from Boston? No fun when somebody else's quarterback gets all the special treatment, is it? You know, Tom's from Hingham. I don't know if you know about Hingham. It's a really beautiful town, lovely town, really. I knew a guy from Hingham actually in college. You know, used to call it Chichingham. I don't know if you heard that before. So wealthy, you never heard that? Yeah. It's a pretty rich town, ritzy town. Is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. In fact, it's so rich, here's what I saw in Hingham one time. Gentleman in a Rolls Royce was stopped at an intersection, and a guy in a Kia, a kid, pulls up next to him. And he says to the guy in the Rolls, he goes, hey, mister, he goes, does that car have Wi-Fi? The guy in the Rolls is very pompous and imperious. He's like, of course it has Wi-Fi. It's a Rolls Royce. Does it have a fridge? My Kia has a fridge. He goes, of course it has a refrigerator. It's a Rolls Royce. Does it have a bed in the back? My Kia, I put a bed in the back. And then the light changes and the kid drives off. He goes, bye, mister. So the guy in the Rolls Royce is furious. He doesn't have a bed in a Rolls Royce. He drives back to the Rolls Royce dealer, starts screaming at the guy. I wanted everything in this Rolls Royce. I didn't get it. Where's my bed? Where did install a bed at once? So the guys are all terrified. Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And they put a bed in there. The guy's driving all over Hingham. Can't find the kid. He's driving all over Boston looking for him. And then he sees the Kia. Sees it under a tree. And guy gets out of his Rolls and knocks on the window. You know, no answer. Window's all fogged up. Knocks on the window again. Finally, the kid rolls down the thing and says, yes? He goes, yes, my Rolls Royce has a bed. The kid says, you interrupted my shower just to tell me that? So that's about all I got. And, I'll tell you, I got your invitation with the not one but two gift lists attached to it. Along with those instructions in tiny print about this big, please, no gifts. Despite the gift registry. I went ahead and Alright, so I went ahead and got you something anyway, man. I just didn't read the fine print, and I hope you like it. I went to the finest liquor store I could find, and I said, I got this friend from Massachusetts. He's really classy. I want a really classy gift. They pull out this bottle of Hennessy. He goes, this is an 18-year-old bottle of Hennessy. It's single malt and smoothly distilled and smooth as whiskey. $300. That's not for Tom. That's not for Tom. Okay. He goes, so perhaps this Remy Martin Cognac, VSOP, $200. Maybe Tom would like that. I don't think Tom would like that either. Yeah. So, where in Massachusetts is this guy from? They said, I remembered it. He told me, Hull. He's from Hull, Massachusetts. Right, Hull. So he goes, come with me. So he takes me to the back room, this dusty shelf. And he goes, here, he said, these are 2 for $20. Absolutely. It was called Biggie Brown Buzzballs. You can watch me and Tom take shots out of these now, and about 9 o'clock you can watch us throw up.